Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time, so let's catch up on this episode of My Millennial Midlife Crisis, Makeover Edition. Making content was such a struggle last year with the state of the country, the world, combined with my own personal issues. And even though I'm feeling a lot better in my personal life, the state of the country has gotten so much worse. I need a side-by-side here of the January 1st video I made last year and today, and the stress that the toll that stress takes on us physically, mentally. Like, I feel like I aged so much in the last year, got so many more gray hairs. I did not get my first gray hair till I was 36, and last year they were just popping up constantly, and I was pulling them out most of the time. Not that I am anti-aging or scared of aging, they're just so short and annoying and like right in my hair part sometimes. Those are the ones that gotta go. So today we're gonna do some all over purple amethyst chrome. I had been eyeing this up and then found it on clearance. Like I do. I said, thank you, universe. So anyway, it was just hard to talk about things like weight loss. It's just been too much, but it has just gotten to the point that I feel like I'm going to explode. So what do we do when we feel like we're going to explode at the patriarchy? We dye our hair purple. So the amethyst chrome is going to go where my brown is. Oh, I didn't show that side of the box. It's supposed to be to put right on darker, unbleached hair. But then where I do have my bleach and still some teal and some blue is going to be my Manic Panic Ultraviolet. But we're going to start with a haircut. So I'm going to section. Should that one be up a little higher? It doesn't matter. I might do another trim after I do the purple, but I need to get some length off. We got pretty long. I have been cutting my own hair since 2020, and the last couple times I did it dry instead of wet, and I felt like that was way easier for me. My hair starts to curl, and I don't know, I always struggled with the wet hair. So right now we just need to get some length off, and then maybe I'll just do the face framing and things after the purple. That makes sense. All right, so then I end up measuring both of them up. How many inches do we want off? I can't believe it's longer than I realized. Maybe I should go at least up to, that would be the bang. That doesn't even look like that much. All right, we'll start there. Take off about that. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be enough. Yeah, that's not even getting to the bottom of the blonde. I don't think that was enough hair off. This happened last time I did this haircut. The first couple times it went so well, and then I'm like, am I putting my ponies in the wrong spot? Maybe this pony's too thick. All right, definitely not the final cut, but let's see what we did. My last millennial crisis video, I was just super depressed. I haven't even rewatched that lately. I was about to lose my apartment. Ended up moving in with my sister, which I still am, trying to figure out how to get out of here into affordable housing. Yeah, look at all these crispy ends we want. And then I may have, oh dear, what have, we wanted short, but, oh boy, I hope I didn't create another crisis. All right, this is all gonna work out and be cute layers. Yeah, look at all that still needs to go. Don't need to be dyeing all that dead stuff. I have finally found a job that I am enjoying so much, doing Instacart. So that has improved since my last crisis video. I definitely want to make a video about the benefits of that job and the negatives. Oh. All right, we're gonna improve the cut after the color. So this was Atomic Teal and Rockabilly Blue. That blue stayed really good. It's Manic Panic Amplified. I feel like the amplified stuff always stays pretty good. We'll see how the regular purple does. So I'll put this on the bottom and then mix up that and do all that on the brown roots and then the brown top, and yeah, hopefully I'll feel more myself, whoever I am. Okay, let's dump some of this out. I don't think I'm gonna need that much. Oh crap. I can pour it back in. Anyway, my personal midlife crisis, already on the ear, obviously pales in comparison to everything else going on in the country. But that is a part of the crisis. It's like, that's always been something so frustrating. Like, my huge level of empathy and sense of justice and being highly sensitive, like, these things affect me and my mental health, and I can't just go about my day. And it has been such a freaking struggle. And like, you know, talking about meal prep on a budget and all that feels better than talking about weight loss, because that's a huge struggle for everybody too. How did we get here? The answer is patriarchy. The answer, it all comes back to the patriarchy. And I am just all for dismantling everything. So, the thing that has been making me feel the best, just the best, is getting out there to the protests, participating. It's the only thing that feels like it's making a difference. I don't see how you can be vegan for the animals because of the way they're treated, because it doesn't make sense to treat sentient living creatures, and then to watch what's going on to human beings. So why is it so hard to speak up for what we know is right? Why, when you know you're right, Why? Because it's going against the grain, I suppose. Diverging, being neurodivergent. Oh, is this purple on blue gonna be beautiful or what? I hope it's beautiful. I'm not super worried about the ends. I feel like I'm gonna still trim like 2 more inches off the ends. I shouldn't even be caring that much. It feels good just to talk to the camera like this, to get these thoughts out, I feel like telling the story of what I witnessed last weekend. The most racist, vile, evil that I've ever witnessed in person. The fact that a grown-ass man would stop his car in a parking lot, pull over, get out of his car to scream in the faces of people smaller than him. It was the perfect, just encompassing what our world is these days. And I'm just so heartbroken of the state of the world and determined to do whatever I can do. Sometimes you feel like you're doing nothing, and you have to remember being aware and doing anything really is doing a lot more than most people. A lot of people are just head in the sand. And how can you be head in the sand? But then some people just don't know, I guess. I don't know how you don't know. But I'm ready to talk about what I know. And I know that these systems suck. And these systems that have brought us to this place, to this collapse of Earth. Climate change has always been a concern for us millennials. Am I right? So I guess I'm just done being sad and being silent and I am not letting this year be a repeat of last year. Even though it is very hard to focus on improving your own life when you see what's going on in this country. I do think I can say more things on YouTube, things I want to say, but I am just not gonna get super angry in this video. Please trust that the feminine rage is boiling over inside of me when I don't think I finished my story of the horrible racist white man that I saw Saturday afternoon. But he was screaming at people, and I was in my car and I stayed there for a minute videoing, witnessing, thinking things were de-escalating. And eventually getting out of my car and saying, "Go away, dude." Gosh. Okay. Man, now I got this. Why didn't I take my gloves off? Okay, let's do gloves off now. Step 2. I'm so excited. This is going to be the coolest hair I've ever had. This is a new chapter. This is... Oh, I am smearing this down into the Manic Panic. Okay, maybe that's enough. I'll just try to make sure I get my temples good. Okay, let's go to the top. So this next chapter of life is about me what I believe in, what I want to say, what I want to do, recovering from the people pleasing and the trying to fit in, and it's a lot of ongoing therapy, that's for sure. I think we all need therapy during this very tough time of life. And there are some really great therapists putting free stuff out. Therapy Jeff is one of my favorites. Why do I feel like this is not saturating? I couldn't even tell you the last time I did dye out of a bottle. I started doing bleach highlights and things at home. Oh, I just put my chin right in that. I'm always afraid I'm going to run out with bottles. I have not done a bottle in so long. But my hair is thick. Yeah, it does not feel saturated. Okay, let's make sure we get the front and then we saturate. I made a mess, but I think it's gonna look great. I am so pumped about this. Oh, why didn't I touch this when I had my gloves on? All right. Good job not making a mess on the sink. I had my towels down. Okay, 30 minutes. Oh, there's a little bit of hair dye on this towel. I better pick these. Oh, I need a little cotton ball before this sinks into my forehead too much. It's worse than I realized. Oh my gosh, but look how cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, bye. 2 days later, hair update, but I haven't washed it yet. I want to show it in the sun. And it was just pulled back teaching yoga, so I do enjoy my little cut. And my purple underneath didn't really. Okay, I'm gonna step out. I can't see what I'm doing. So the purple underneath didn't turn out the best. Really just kind of brightened up the blue, made some of it indigo. But the top, I think the top, I'm really liking this color. I think I can rock this color. I cannot see what I'm doing. I am not complaining. I love the Vegas winter weather. Okay. So that's the hair update and a little bit of the life update. I'm back. I'm back.